the antiderivative of sine of x e to the x dx. Hey, that's the thing we're looking for. So this is where I'm going to rewrite this in a way after I distribute this negative because it's going to bother me. In a way that's going to be, I suppose, suggestive of what we're going to be doing. Minus cosine x e to the x minus antiderivative e to the x sine x dx. All right, instead of writing the integral of e to the x sine x dx, I'm going to write something else. I'm going to write y. Not only because it's a variable we're familiar with, but also because of the pleasant fun of y on Earth when we choose y. Why would we do this? It's also why the City of Grand Rapids Engineering Department vehicle code letter is Y. Why would you call it engineering?
You got jokes today, I guess.
Yep. I'm so happy. Minus 1. We want the antiderivative. The antiderivative is, in some sense, whatever y is equal to. We want to do the classic algebra problem. We want to solve for y. Right, Blake? So let's go ahead and get y on one side of the equal sign. Let's add y to both sides. And this is a toughie. Solomon, if we want to solve for y, what should we do next?
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2.
Oh, wait. Isn't this the definition? Just without the...
It is close to being almost hyperbolic sign. Not quite though. It's close. If the second one was e to the negative x, and we could factor out those trig functions somehow, then it would be hyperbolic sign. But it's not e to the negative x in the second one, and we can't quite factor out those trig functions. So this is kind of as simple as it gets. Y here was a stand-in for the antiderivative of e to the x sine of x dx. We got y by itself. I'm going to draw a really long equal sign here. My antiderivative is this thing. And you do need to do one last final thing, right, Brandon? You're definitely not going to forget this thing, right?
Plus C.
Plus C. There's your antiderivative. The name of this particular strategy when it comes to IBP is called solving for the unknown integral. We cannot directly integrate this thing and get an antiderivative in the traditional sense. However, we can exploit its repetitiveness to get the same thing later on and then solve for that same thing later on. Add this thing to both sides. You now have two integrals and then divide both sides by 2. Right, Solomon?
Yeah, we got a question like this on homework, but I kept integrating that little box over and over. I was stuck.
Yep. This is why I said we're gonna continue on with IBP on Friday, because we didn't have time to get through everything. Before, when I had 2.5-hour classes, which were really long because those were night classes and they ended at 8:45 and everyone was way too tired by this point anyway, we would still do this in one day. We don't have 2.5-hour classes, so it's not 2 days.
Is there a simpler definition for that? Like, is the consistency of getting the anti-realism or something? That was just use it in terms of the anti-derivative of one function and the derivative of one. Like we have the UDV over there. Is there a way to rotate the final answer almost into UDV or EDUs kind of stuff?
In some specific cases, yes. But it's sometimes a little bit more complicated to do so. There are certain problems in Stewart which will ask you to prove certain things called reduction formulas. And those, I think, are what you're kind of asking about. They depend on the particular functions involved in your integral. And once you do that, you get sort of this nice reduction formula for that integral. But it depends on the function, and it's kind of on a case-by-case basis.
So certain cases you can break down the formula and that.
Not
Everything
every case.
that this works for you, just have to do that work.
Yep.
Got it.
Diego's a question, or you just
No,
go? Just making sure. Yep. And one thing that's certainly going to be true with problems that I'm going to give you is you might be able to tell just from looking at a particular integral that you need to do that you're going to need to do this whole solving by finding the unknown integral or solving for the unknown. You see an exponential function times a trig function, that's what you're going to be doing. I have not been mean enough in the previous Calc 2 class to do something like, here's a hyperbolic trig function, which is technically exponential functions, and then a regular trig function. But that would also be another case where you need to do something like this as well. We want to use IBP on this. If we're following lie 8, which we should, u is cosine of 6x. And dv is e to the negative x dx. All right, it's sort of Calc 1 pop quiz time. What's the derivative of cosine of 6x? 6 cosine 6x. And what's the antiderivative of e to the negative x? Negative e to the negative x.
Oh, yes.
Duh. I even wrote cosine here.
My bad.
I'm doing fantastic.
Forgot to do the outside.
I'm tired, it's Friday. Good catch, Seth.
Oh, so even if it's to a negative exponent, that's always gonna be that.
All right, let's write down IBP. Equals negative x cosine 6x minus integral b du. We have a negative here, a negative here. And then sine of 6x. We have a negative here from the IBP formula. We have a negative here from B, and we have a negative here from D. 3 negatives makes a negative. So. All right. We get to IBP again. I'm going to move this 6 out though outside the integral sign. So U is sine of 6x. dv is e to the negative x dx. du is 6 cosine 6x. And v is negative e to the negative x. All right. Zach, we do anything wrong yet?
I don't believe so.
Okay, cool. Making me feel better. All right, let's see here, -6, big parentheses. Copy down the stuff from the above line. What's up?
Back when we did the 3 negatives, where did they come from again?
We got 1 negative here, 1 negative here,
Uh-huh.
and 1 negative here.
And that equals that staying negative where?
Here. Right, we got a negative from the IBP formula.
Uh-huh.
Right, integral of u dv is uv minus integral of v du. We got a negative here from this antiderivative. Antiderivative of e to the negative x is negative e to the negative x.
With the,
And then this negative is coming from the derivative cosine.
oh wait, it's just v inside the parentheses, isn't it? It's v du,
Yeah,
not the parentheses, the integral. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
it's like technically speaking, we got a negative here and we got a negative there.
Yeah, sorry.
So you have 1, 2, 3 negatives. All right, let's see here. U times v, so negative e to the negative x times sine of 6x minus integral of negative e to the negative x 6 cosine of 6x dx. Let's do some distributing and some pulling out of constants. We have a negative and a negative here. So we have a positive. We have a 6 here that I can pull out. I have a negative here that's going to flip the sign on everything inside the brackets. So that will become positive. And this will become negative. And I have a 6 to distribute. So 6 here. And we have 6 times 6, which is what? 36. 36. There we go. Right. Over here on the left, I got the antiderivative of e to the negative x cosine 6x dx. Over here, I have antiderivative e to the x cosine 6x dx. We have 2 iterations of the same integral, and it's the integral that we're looking for. So instead of all these integrals, I'm going to make a substitution to some other variable. I usually just pick y. Y equals negative e to the negative x cosine 6x plus 6e to the negative x sine 6x minus 36 y. Okay. Alright, how we doing? Alright, now we get to do the fun stuff. We get to solve for y. Add 36y to both sides, so we get 37y on the left-hand side. Negative e to the negative x cosine 6x plus 6e to the negative x sine 6x. And divide both sides by 37. So we have 1 over 37 times negative e to the negative x cosine 6x plus 6e to the negative x sine 6x. Plus, sorry to menace you there with my stare, but I know somebody would say it.
How do you know, or like, yeah, how do you know it's your y in the equation?
It's gonna be the original integral that
Oh,
you're
okay.
looking for. And typically speaking, when it comes to this strategy, you really only have to do it twice, IVP twice, until you're back at your original integral. And pull out all of your constants. Solomon, you doing okay?
Yeah.
Alright. You just seemed like you were deep in thought and wanted to know if I could help with anything. Another? Or do you guys want to like try one of these on your own?
Let's try it on our own.
Try it on your own? Okay. Make up some numbers here. E to the 2x. I just did one of cosines, let's start with sine this time. Let's make this one a 2x as well.
This the right way, right?
Yeah.
Sophia didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Have they ever been involved in all the other nights they were supposed to? Yeah. That's definitely different. And Silk Song just came out, so nobody cares about the little bug anymore. They care about the other little bug. They care about the small guy. I mean, he is, yeah. But he isn't even the Hollow Knight.
I know, the Hollow Knight got corrupted.
Derivative of sine is negative cosine.
Derivative of sine is positive cosine. Derivative of cosine is negative sine.
Why did I write
Oh. So now this is so now we got equals
Was it just trigonometric integrals or was it trace?
I have one.
I don't. All I know is, because also, like, my high school wasn't the best at, I didn't really understand trigonometry at all.
Yeah, I try in retrospective.
So now-
Their math instructions, just because I recognize I was just.
let's take out one
Yeah,
half.
I was also a kid, I also skipped classes all my, like,
Yeah. When I tell the story, sometimes people just like, oh yeah, I did well in the next school, and they just kind of.
The formula always starts.
That's three negatives.
That's how you were. This is how you remember.
Didn't grab your attention.
Yeah.
They better get to work. They better get to work with Blair. No, for real. They better get to work.
That is the high school life, there's always some kind of controversy.
They better get to work and quit playing. Get to work and quit playing, man. So this is gonna be negative.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
That's
Wait, I think that they're almost, we can do that.
E to the 2x sine 2x. So now we got y. So now we got y equals sine 2x times 1 half e to the 2x
There's also.
minus 1 half e to the 2x cosine 2x minus y plus y equals 2y. Y equals 1 half e to the 2x sine 2x minus 1 half e to the 2x cosine of 2x
This is sine and cosine, that's.
plus c.
You know, you say something with enough conviction.
so many words here.
I think
I'm
I'm good.
overly verbose with my English vocabulary. There is a plethora of pretty pretentious.
I think I'm done.
I
think I'm done.
Except Kyle. Kyle is pretty pretentious.
Prestigious.
How are you doing, Erica?
I think I'm done.
Okay, can I peek?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Good. Okay, I see. Good. Do it again. Get that. Get that. Okay. Minus that. Okay. See the erased bracket. So we should have 1 negative here, 2 negative,
Yeah,
3
erase the.
negative. So it is negative. Okay, good. Yeah.
Oh wait, over 2.
You do have the over 2 here and here.
No, but that's before.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
So just over 4. 1/4.
Yeah.
Period pull.
So if you multiply this.
Yeah, the
Quick to
queen.
say that you did it right.
The queen knows her shit. The queen knows her shit. The queen be knowing. No, the queen be knowing. No, because the queen be knowing. I mean, the queen be knowing. Screen record that and put that up there so everybody can know I'm sorry. No, the queen be knowing. The queen be knowing.
I hope so. 'Cause that's what I got.
The queen be knowing. The queen be knowing. No, because the queen be knowing. No, because the queen be knowing. Okay, you would have sit by me.